Hello, everyone. Today I will be recapping a romantic movie called A Teacher, where a high school teacher in Austin, Texas has an affair with one of her students. As details of the affair emerge, her life begins to unravel. The movie begins with Diana Watts, a high school English teacher in Austin, Texas. She drives to her school and starts her day. She hands out a quiz and casually chats with the students. Eric, one of her students, asks her if he can borrow a book. Diana gives him one, and we immediately cut to the night where she and her roommate, Sophia, are having a drink in a bar. Sophia notices a text from Eric on Diana's phone, congratulates her on finding someone, and we jump to later that night. Diana meets Eric, and they engage in adult activities in the back seats. They dress up after the event and talk for a while before Eric tells her he should leave. He mentions that he will be back tomorrow. Diana kisses him on the lips to say goodbye. She gets home and starts to undress when she notices semen on her dress. We jump to the next day, which happens to be the last day of school before Thanksgiving. The students leave the classroom, but Eric stays to steal a kiss from Diana. Diana starts to flourish, feeling like a young girl with her first boyfriend. She enters the combination, and the other teachers invite her for a drink after work. She refuses the invitation with the excuse of her brother's visit. She then meets up with her brother Hunter. We learn that their mother has mental disorders, and Hunter tells her that she isn't doing well anymore. Diana gets stressed as soon as they start talking about it and decides to leave in a hurry. We then cut to the next day, where Diana is lying in bed with Eric, talking about how long-term their relationship can be. She tells him this is the happiest she has ever been, but Eric doesn't answer and dodges the serious statement with a playful kiss. Diana is talking with Sophie when she gets a text from Eric asking her to send a photo so he doesn't miss her so much. Sophie keeps talking, but Diana isn't paying attention and heads to her room to take a sexy photo. Sophie tells her that she is going to take her to a party to meet her friends. Later, they attend the party, and Diana engages in a rather uncomfortable conversation with a man. Another man interrupts them and joins the conversation. The two men make a joke about her being a teacher that every kid wants to be with, which makes her so uncomfortable that she borrows Sophie's car to go home. At home, she tries to call Eric, but he isn't answering his phone. She leaves a message saying that she misses him and goes to sleep. Diana is visiting Sophie's family. She heads upstairs and rests there for a while. Sophie goes after her and tells her how much the family likes her being there. In the next scene, Diana is back at work when one of her colleagues tells her that a topless photo of a freshman girl is circulating around the school. Her colleague goes on about how foolish one must be to send someone a picture like this, which seemingly bothers Diana. She then meets Eric in a parking lot and asks him to delete the photo she sent him earlier. Eric asks her to meet that night. She tells him her roommate is out of town, so they can meet at her place. She also informs Eric that she is going to chaperone the Sadie Hawkins dance. He mentions that a girl has already asked him to the dance and he needs to accept the invitation to avoid suspicion. Diana gets a bit jealous, but lets him go without arguing. Later, she has a class with her students, where they joke about asking the now famous freshman girl to the dance. We switch to Diana correcting papers when she gets a call from Eric. They agree to meet at Eric's brother's place. Later, Eric takes the keys for the house, and they enter. He wastes no time and asks Diana to undress as soon as they enter the bedroom. They engage in intimate activities, and then we switch to another school day. They then drive to a ranch for recreational purposes. Eric unzips his zipper in the car and suggests she perform a certain act, to which she complies and begins to pleasure him. They plan to spend a romantic weekend together and enjoy each other's company. Diana wakes up next to Eric and takes a walk outside, relishing the silence, peace, and feeling of freedom without worrying about getting caught. Upon returning to the house, she enters carefully to not wake Eric up. He pretends to sleep and startles her when she approaches, and they engage in intimate activities once again. When someone approaches the ranch, it turns out to be the ranch foreman, a friend of Eric's father. He stops by to check who is in the house, causing Diana to have an anxiety attack, fearing that the foreman might inform Eric's dad. Although Eric isn't concerned about the situation, Diana questions him about the potential consequences if they were caught. He tries to reassure her, but she remains highly stressed. Diana expresses her desire to put things on hold, leading to a cold atmosphere between them. Eric attempts to seduce her, but she rebuffs his advances. When he persists, she becomes angry and pushes him away. The weekend ends, and they return to their daily lives. Diana, anxious and distressed, observes Eric's casual demeanor at school while she struggles at home. Sophie returns with a male companion, and Diana, unable to sleep due to their activities, is reminded of Eric. The next day, she attends the Sadie Hawkins dance and sees Eric dancing with another girl. Overwhelmed, she retreats to the bathroom but decides against confronting the girl, opting for silence instead. To ease her anxiety, Diana starts drinking and later stalks Eric on Facebook repeatedly. Eventually, she breaks down and asks Eric to meet after class. When he complies, another teacher interrupts, but Diana dismisses her intrusion, signaling a shift in her attitude. That night, Eric visits as promised, but their encounter ends abruptly when Diana breaks down in tears. Following a tumultuous interaction, Eric departs, and Diana's emotional instability worsens. She chases after him, leading to a dramatic confrontation at Eric's house. Despite her pleas, Eric rejects her and leaves, leaving Diana devastated. Desperate and shattered, Diana seeks refuge in a motel to gather her thoughts. While there, she listens to voicemails, including a concerned message from Sophia and a notification from the principal regarding a situation involving a student, Eric Hull. Overwhelmed, Diana collapses on the bed, crying uncontrollably as the screen fades to black. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I always love hearing from my viewers, so feel free to leave a comment below with your thoughts on the video or any suggestions for future content. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.